Hi, it's Jessica the Book Goddess and
Jada Jessica Lush.
Alright guys, we are here to do our wrap up, which I've been promising you guys for a long time. The way this is gonna work, I'll tell you a little bit, I'll tell you what my thoughts were, but I'm not gonna get in depth into the characters and things like that or the plot because one, it'll spoil the book for you, I think. Two, you can read synopsises and other things on Goodreads and other people's, you know, if you really want to be spoiled, there's other people doing it on Goodreads and other sites. So I just don't want to do it to anybody who may be watching us and would like to read the book without knowing a whole lot about it. But I will give you my thoughts on it and we'll go from there.
I'll go first. For the book that got me all of my points this last month was My Tall, Tatted, and Tempting by Tammy Faulkner. And I loved this book. One of my favorite books that I've read is Colleen Hoover's Maybe Someday. It gave me a major book hangover, and I didn't want to read anything after it. I cried. It was just bad. So, on overnight, I heard that this was slightly similar because both the main characters are deaf. So, I read that one, and granted, it wasn't as fantastic and amazing as Maybe Someday, but it was a very good follow-up to giving me what I was craving, technically. So, I highly recommend this book. It's really good. There's still drama and everything. It's new adult. If that's your kind of thing, I highly recommend it. And my next one that I read didn't really make that big of a impact on me. It was good, but to be fair, there's a lot of it that isn't in my brain anymore. And it's Making Trouble. Sorry.
No, it's like I was going to try to help you with the
Emma Rollins. It's about a girl who meets her favorite rock star group and she falls in love with the lead singer. Lead singer is going through divorce, yada yada yada. So they got a long distance relationship type of deal. And they're trying to work on it. She's saying, maybe I shouldn't do this. This is just a one-time fling type thing. And it's just, it was good, but I wasn't really all that into the book. I think I was expecting more. The cover just to me was like, oh my god. But I don't know. Maybe the second book's better. I might give it a try, but I doubt it. So
we did January's 2-book challenge. So, okay. My first book, I did 6, I think maybe 7. I have 6 here, so that's what I'm thinking I did. I might have started my 7th book in January and finished it in February. I'm not sure. I'll have to look. But this is what I have in my pile that I know for sure that I completed for this month. The first book being Confessions, The Murder of an Angel. And this is a series. This is the final book, so I won't give you too much detail because it's the final book in the series. I love this series. I don't even like James Patterson. She knows. I guess I don't even like him. But I do like 2 series of his, and this being the second series that I've read of his that I absolutely love. Fantastic. Just amazing. It's very intriguing. It keeps you on your toes. If you like books that have a little bit of mystery to it, which I'm not even a mystery fan, but I love the fact that it kept you guessing. This is a series that will just, you know, make you double rethink how things work and how people work. So, you know, if I can say too much about it without giving it away. So I'm just going to say I gave this book 5 stars. I love the series.
The book is good. The first, I recommend reading it, starting it at least.
It's fantastic series. I can't even say too much about it without giving stuff away. Okay. Then the next book, one of the books I read this last month was Lady Midnight by Cassandra Clare. And this is the 3rd series, the spin-off, oh my gosh, what is these, like companion series? With our favorite characters of Jace and Clary make appearances. But the new characters in this series, oh my gosh, I love this book. I don't know why. I just love Cassandra Clare. This is a must read. If you're a fan of this book series, read it.
Question. Do you necessarily have to read the other ones first? Or can you still go into this without?
This one you could pick up and start reading
Well,
and
I'd rather
get the
read
gist.
the prequels first, and then
Yeah,
that way
I definitely-
everything will flow, and I will understand. I won't have to sit there like, why did they do that? Why are they like this?
It's not like that. It's not to the point where, but you see, when you read that book, you're like, oh my gosh, that's who that person is in this book, you know, because they lived back then, or just because like
then I'll know
Magnus.
the places and the people then. Okay.
Right. It's just good. A lot of people like to have that background ahead of time. But that was definitely a 5-star read for me. I love it. I love everything Cassandra Clare writes. I am like totally addicted. Okay. Next is End of Days, and this is the final book in the Susan E's trilogy. A lot of people said it was going to be a 6-book series, and I don't really, and some people were disappointed how she wrapped it up and said it went too quick. She should have went ahead and did the other 3 books. I can kind of see why she didn't go for another 3 books. This really wrapped up well. I enjoyed the wrap up, which is rare for me because usually they end a book and I hate it. So I actually enjoyed this ending. Yeah, a little bit felt rushed, because she wasn't going to write another book. But to tell you the truth, if that's the way she was headed originally, I can see why. There just wouldn't have been enough filler for another 2 books or 3 books in this series. I just don't see it. So this one, I think I gave 4 stars. Great ending to a series, and I can't complain. So definitely one if you're interested in this series about angels and demons and just the whole 9. Check this one out. It's pretty good. I definitely enjoyed it. I finally finished this book, Ignite Me by Tahara Mafi, and let me tell you, I am so ashamed that it took me 3 years to finish reading this series. Every year I'm like, oh, I'm going to read it. Oh, I'm going to read it. I'm going to read it. Oh my gosh, it was so freaking good. It's kind of like Rogue from X-Men, and if you're an X-Men fan, like I'm a huge X-Men fan, this series will totally captivate you because it just puts you in the mind of X-Men, and I am a big nerd when it comes to that particular comic series. I love them, and Rogue is one of my favorites, and she totally embodies the spirit of Rogue in this series. So definitely one to check out if you haven't. And if you have, I know, I can hear you yelling, what, you just now finished it? I know. Okay, now a series that I absolutely love. Another Cassandra Clare series, but it's also with Holly Black, who I also really enjoy as a writer, and that is The Iron Trial, and this is the 3rd book in the series. These 2 work so well together. You really don't know it's 2 different voices in the book, 2 different people. Although, let me tell you, I need the next book really, really bad, because the way she ended it, I don't know which one decided to do this. I don't, but I'm really upset. I'm really, really upset. This is actually a juvenile book, but I love it. It is fantastic. I mean, I love everything about this series. People say it puts you in the mind of Harry Potter, and other than the fact that they're at a school for witches and wizards and things like that, I don't see that much comparison. I mean, other than that, there's magical creatures, but really, give me a break. Can you really do a magical book without it being compared to Harry Potter? I mean, if you're an author, really? I just don't see how people can write a book of witches and wizards without being compared. But, again, a book, seeing as this one's the 3rd one, I can't give you too much, but it was fantastic. But it was also heartbreaking. Oh my gosh, I'm just devastated by that. I need the 4th one. That's all I can say. Okay, last but not least is Lady Renegade.
Obviously, I failed.
Okay, so this is Rebel Belle series, and this is by Rachel Hawkins, and I liked it, and I loved the ending. The ending was great. I can see why people had conflicts with this series. I can see why some people said it wasn't, like, their favorite read of hers, but I did enjoy it. I can't say it was bad. I think I gave it 4 stars because of the ending alone. I enjoyed the wrap-up. I enjoyed the way she ended it. So I was very happy with the way it turned out. Again, this one puts you in the King Arthur. What was that show that we watched? Avalon.
Yeah, I was just
Avalon. This puts you in the mind of kind of like Avalon. If you've ever seen Avalon or read the comic books Avalon, this
Or
really,
the book.
The book, yeah. Well, if you've ever read I'm more of the comic book one. The comic, this will actually put you more in the mind of the comic book and the movies. With the supernatural powers, the time travel, that whole thing. This one I enjoyed, and it's not phenomenal by any means. It's probably only a 3, 4, half, 3 and a, I think I gave it 3.5
Like
stars.
a guilty pleasure type of thing.
Yeah, once you start it, you gotta finish it. The second book kind of sucked, but you had to read the second book to get to the third book anyways. But after that, I wanted to know how it ended. It ended on a good note. I am satisfied with it. If you guys are interested in it, it's not a bad read. I recommend checking it out at the library, though, because don't invest your money unless you're a huge Rachel Hawkins fan, because, like I said, it's not her best work, but it is good. I did enjoy it. So, yeah. And that's pretty much all I read. Guys, that's pretty much it. If you guys have any questions about any books, if you want me to go in depth anymore with any books, let me know. We can have some discussions down in the comments, whatever, and we will see you soon with another video. Bye!